I don't care about your last battle, your first battle, your 10th battle. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about no real niggas that's from where you from that co-sign you cause I slapped a real nigga. I don't care about none of that. When you get in front of me, you know what you gonna get?
Psych, I lied, nigga!
Rolling. We rolling. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ARP. RareBreedEnt Entertainment is the movement. We back. Recap blog. NWX versus gun titles. Very anticipated battle. Some people call it a rematch. Some people call it unfinished business. Some people call it the continuation. I'm seeing all types of talk about the battle, and we're gonna get into that. Real quick, if you haven't seen Big K versus Show Off, it's out now on the RBE channel. Crazy battle. And if you stick around at the end of this blog right here, I'm gonna play the trailer for the upcoming release for y'all of the next battle that we're dropping from Blood, Sweat, and Tears 4. It's a classic battle. Let's talk about the battle. I actually had a very brief conversation with somebody today, very relevant to the battle, and it was further confirmation on some of the shit I was already thinking. So we definitely got to chop up some topics. I need y'all comments and y'all feedback. We're gonna open this debate up. How are y'all looking at this battle? Are y'all looking at it like all the eggs is in this basket right here, like just totally forget the first battle? Or is it like, nah, you still got to incorporate the factors of the first battle as you looking at this one? It's like, how do you review it? How do you talk about that? It's a good battle, but there was some shit that was hopping out to me as I was watching it. Now, of course, this battle isn't in Irvington Plaza with 1,000 people screaming, and it doesn't have the same anticipation of seeing this matchup or gun titles for the first time, but I was paying attention to Roc. You know what I'm saying? It's like NWX, their energy was crazy. It's one of the best shines that we've seen in a while, too. Surf seemed kind of solid in what we expect from Surf. Roc, I didn't see that. I'm not talking about his material. I'm talking about his energy. Like, you could almost count how many times Roc is screaming. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of battles where Roc is battling and he's on niggas' necks. He's screaming. He's wilding out. He's super aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Is it because there was less of a crowd? Is it because the energy wasn't coming from the crowd? And that's going to lead me into a topic later. We'll get there. Is it because they cared less about the rematch after what they put on in the first one? It's like, I got to incorporate all of that because you could almost read it in their body language. You could read it in their body language. It does not seem that gun titles was as interested in the rematch as NWX, but of course that makes sense because everybody had NWX dying in the first battle, right? So NWX gotta come back strong, and salute to them for that, rebounding and fucking not coming to play. But you gotta think about that when you look at this battle. You gotta think about the fact that, yo, they put on an amazing display in the first one. Now having to live back up to that hype and the energy not being there, the stage is empty, you know what I'm saying? The crowd is less. It changes the battle. At least it does. It looks like it does for gun titles. So is that an excuse? Am I making an excuse for gun titles? No, because they showed up, they did their thing, it was still a good battle. But I don't think it's fair if I read that type of body language and you don't think about that and you don't incorporate that in your recap or your review. There's more to the outcome of this battle not living up to the energy of the first one than just the 4 people that's scheduled to battle standing on stage across from each other. There's more to it. You can see it.
Since you here, why the fuck they think you panic a lot?
Cause I control my temper and don't fuck up the only chance that I got. You on the other hand wanna fight in every battle.
Bro, I don't give a damn about this spot. It's Space Jam. I got my talent back soon as I put my hands on a rock.
I like the setup, you know what I'm saying? They playing on a lot of the talk. You know, DNA gets a lot of flack. You know what I mean? He gets a lot of flack. And they playing on that. And K-Shine gets flack for the opposite reasons. They playing on that with the setup. And I know a lot of people talking about the Irvington Plaza shit. That shit was tough, but I'm fucking with that.
This the last supper.
I ain't even wiped the tray off. I'm a bad butler.
Newspaper shelves everywhere.
I'm a crab lover. You want the knife for the first round?
Pick, that's the draft number.
Tie him to the front.
Coming out right. Coming out right. So I guess this is why they wanted to go first, huh? As far as the winner of the battle, the first round was the clearest round. I'm giving that to NWX. Third round, I'm going with gun titles. That whole celebrity matchmaking game or whatever that they was doing. It's pretty creative. They had some shit in there. Second round could be preference, man. It's very debatable. I'm not even here in this particular blog to get into the winner. Why? Because this right here, looking at the first battle and now the second battle, it really makes me think about how crazy motherfuckers is going over gas. Y'all are running with that, man. Gas is reached for by fans these days. Speaking of reaching, man, I'm gonna do a separate blog on that and break down the history of that, man. It's about time to talk about that shit too. But let's stick with gas. In that first battle, y'all went crazy saying they was gas, they was gas, they was gas. I got tweets for the Big K and Shoff battle with people saying that, yo, Shoff got gas because he shouted out Brownsville, Brooklyn, where he's from, and he got reaction in the crowd. Don't even be from New York and acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows if you're in a club, a venue, whatever, Brooklyn always gets love when the DJ fucking says where Brooklyn at. The whole place goes crazy. Shit, out of state too. You know what I mean? But y'all are starting to take points from the battlers for getting a lot of reaction. Now don't get me wrong, there is a such thing as bad gas. Like if you got your peoples behind you screaming what else and all that shit, and they hyping up the people that they came with, like Entourage and shit, and they the only ones screaming, then you gassing, and that's the bullshit. But if you got 1,000 people in Irvington Plaza, you know what I'm saying, that came to watch a battle, and came to watch you be entertained by you, and they all screaming, is that not the fucking intention of the battler? Is that not what they writing for, to get reaction out of the room? What am I missing? I mean, you could chalk it up to say, oh, it's anticipation. That's a credit too. What, you built your stock up to the point where, or a look up to the point where you take a rock, a surf, you put them together, and there's so much anticipation for seeing it the first time that everybody's going crazy. That's not a bad thing. Same thing where you could say maybe star power added to gas. Alright, so once again, this is all entertainment. The battler built up their profile to the point where they're called or looked at like a star. That's a credit once again. Y'all gotta comment on this blog and tell me a little bit more about why y'all calling everything gas these days. That's all I really want to point out for the most part. Cause like I said, man, the two battles gotta stay married, in my opinion. Y'all are reaching, man. Y'all are reaching for gas, and it's going too far. Shit, if y'all would have had some gas in this battle right here, I bet you the footage would have came out way more energetic. You know what I'm saying? And the battlers probably would have fed off of the shit. Same thing like with Big K. When you see Big K get reaction, he actually turns up his level of aggression and performance, and he feeds off of it. I heard an interview of him where he said in his third round, he wasn't getting as much reaction that he would have wanted, so then he got to a point where he was just trying to get through his rounds. So that means if we're not giving the room for the energy and the reaction and everything is gas, y'all gonna take points away from the battlers, then how much are we gonna affect the actual performances, the battles, and the footage? Think about that before y'all start reaching every 5 seconds to call something gas. Because if all it is just a shitload of reaction, that's a fucking good thing.
How you was in a long distance relationship with a New York nigga and had to stay in a hotel every time you came with the sickle. So go ahead and grab it. So go ahead and grab the stick. So go ahead and grab the stick. I wish this bitch would. Shotgun in her mouth like she trying to kiss Suge.